presentation, we will discuss one of the important update regarding revision of monetary limit for filing of appeals. Division of monetary limits for filing of appeal by the department before Income Tax Appellant Tribunal, High Court and Supreme Court measure for reducing litigation. Instruction number 5 2014 dated 10 July 2014. It has been decided by the board that department appeals may be filed on merit before Appellant Tribunal, High Court and Supreme Court, keeping in view the monetary limits and conditions specified below. Henceforth, appeal shall not be filed in cases where the tax effect does not exceed the monetary limits given hereunder. Appeal in income tax matter before Appellant Tribunal, monetary limit is 4 lakh. Appeal in income tax matter under section 260A before High Court, the monetary limit is 10 lakh. Appeal in income tax matter before Supreme Court, the monetary limit is 25 lakh. It is clarified that an appeal should not be filed merely because the tax effect in a case exceed the monetary limits prescribed above. Filing of appeal in such cases is to be decided on the merit of the case. For this purpose, tax effect means the difference between the tax on total income assessed and the tax that would have been chargeable had such total income been reduced by the amount of total income in respect of the issue against which the appeal is intended to be filed, hereinafter referred to as disputed issues. However, the tax will not include any interest thereon except where the chargeability of interest itself is in dispute. In case the chargeability of interest is the issue under dispute, the amount of interest shall be the tax effect. In cases where return loss is reduced or assessed as income, the tax effect will include notional tax on disputed editions. In case of penalty order, the tax effect will mean quantum of penalty relative or reduced in the order to be appealed against. The assessing officer shall calculate the tax effect separately for every assessment year in respect of the disputed issue in the case of every assessment. If in the case of an assessee the disputed issue arise in more than one assessment year, appeal can be filed in respect of such assessment year or years in which the tax effect in respect of the disputed issue exceed the monetary limit specified. No appeal shall be filed in respect of an assessment year or years in which the tax effect is less than the monetary limit specified. In other words, henceforth, appeal can be filed only with reference to the tax effect in the relevant assessment year. However, in case of composite order of any High Court or appellant authority which involves more than one assessment year and common issue in more than one assessment year, appeal shall be filed in respect of all such assessment year even if the tax effect is less than the prescribed monetary limit in any of the assessment year or years if it is decided to file appeal in respect of the years in which the tax effect exceed the monetary limit prescribed. In other words, henceforth, appeal can be filed only with reference to the tax effect in the relevant assessment year. In case where a composite order or judgment involve more than one assessee, each assessee should be dealt separately. In a case where the appeal before a tribunal or a court is not filed only on account of the tax effect being less than the monetary limit specified above, the Commissioner of the Income Tax shall specifically record that even though the decision is not acceptable, appeal is not being filed only on the consideration that the tax effect is less than the monetary limit specified in this instruction. Further, in such cases, there will be no presumption that the Income Tax Department has accused in the decision on the disputed issues. The Income Tax Department shall not preclude it from filing an appeal against the disputed issue in the case of the same assessee for any other assessment year, or in case of any other assessee for the same or any other assessment year if the tax effect exceeds the specified monetary limits. In the past, a number of instances have come to the notice of the board whereby an assessee has claimed relief from the tribunal or the court only on the ground that the department has implicitly accepted the decision of the tribunal or court in the case of the assessee for any other assessment year, or in the case of any other assessee for the same or any other assessment year, by not filing an appeal on the same disputed issue. The department representatives or the councillor must make every effort to bring to the notice of the tribunal or the court that the appeal in such cases was not filed or not admitted only for the reason of the tax effect being less than the specified monetary limit, and therefore no inferences should be drawn that the decision rendered therein were acceptable to the department. Accordingly, they should impress upon the tribunal or the court that such cases do not have any precedent value, as the evidence of not filing appeal due to this instruction may have to be produced in the courts. The judicial folders in the office of the CSIT must be maintained in a systematic manner for easy retrieval. Adverse judgment relating to the following issues should be contested on merits notwithstanding the tax effect entailed is less than the monetary limit specified above, or there is no tax effect. Where the constitutional validity of the provision of an act or the rules are under challenge, or where the board order, notification, instruction or circular has been held to be illegal, or where revenue audit objection in the case has been accepted by the department. The proposal for filing special leave petition under Article 136 of the Constitution before the Supreme Court should in all cases be sent to the Directorate of Income Tax, New Delhi, and the decision to file a special leave petition shall be in consultation with the Ministry of Law and Justice. The monetary limit specified above shall not apply to writ matters and direct tax matter other than income tax. Filing of appeal in other direct tax matters shall continue to be governed by the relevant provision of the statutes and rules. Further, filing of appeal in cases of income tax where the tax effect is not quantifiable or not involved, such as a case of registration of a trust or institutions under Section 12A of the Income Tax Act 1961, shall not be governed by the limit specified above, and decision to file appeal in such cases may be taken on the merits of particular case. This instruction will apply to appeal filed on or after 10 July 2014. However, the cases where the appeal have been filed before 10 July 2014 will be governed by the instruction on this subject operative at the time when such appeal was filed. If you have any other queries or question, you can simply ask us through phone or mail or comment. You can also suggest us some other topic for discussion. Your feedback and suggestion are valuable for us. Thanks.